And like we need all these other templates. Do you have all this other stuff?
I may. What are the other part numbers?
33FB2, 33FB4, 33FB6, 33DB1, 33FB, I guess that's 91.
Okay, the FB2 I do not have in stock, nor do I have the FB4. FB6 I do not. I hardly ever sell those, which is
how do
why
these guys route? How do these guys route this stuff out without those templates?
Well, you'd need more than those template faces. You'd need the clamp system to go on the door as well. The answer to that question is, if it was me, I would be using the Porter Cable 532. So what model number flush bolt are you trying? So you wouldn't need all of those.
Oh no, but we're installing doors, so sooner or later we're going to need the parts and pieces. But yeah, I would. What model we're trying to install of a flush bolt?
Yeah.
Well, what I got here in my hand is.
I guess the reason I asked that is let's just focus down on the one item you need first.
Okay. The one I've got in my hand is IDH by St. Simon's. Extension bolt, standard 12-inch rod. 11020-026.
Okay, that is it's just a manual extension flush bolt. Okay, easy peasy. So you're going to need, if you want to use a template for doing that, you're going to need the 33FB4. That'll get you started there.
Yeah.
So let's put that over here. Right on. Okay. Edit. Then you're going to need the HIT-33, and that is
the HIT-33.
Yeah, you need the
router guide.
Yeah, let me take a look at that bad boy. Yeah, you're going to need a HIT-33. That's what you're going to nail down to the door. Then the interchangeable template principle for it. Did you also say the FB91? Well, I should have asked that. I know that you did. So let's pull that up.
So the HIT-33 is okay, so I'm not familiar with all of these parts and pieces. All I got is your, 4-page stapled together thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought the HIT-33 is that like a piece by itself, and then you have all these other attachments to it? Is that what's going on?
Exactly. The HIT-33 is the foundation. Without the HIT-33, you're not using any of the FB whatever numbers.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's the big plate there I'm looking at in the picture.
Maybe. I'm not looking at, you know what I mean? I don't know which one you're looking at. Then you're going to need the 45 RB8, or at least something that does that job.
What's a 45 RB8? I don't even talk about that.
That's an up spiral half-inch router bit.
Oh, the router cutter, yeah.
I mean, you
what
don't
is that,
need
45?
that, but, it's the right size.
Yeah, 45 what?
That is a HIT-45 RB8. Then you're going to need the HIT-45 PG6. You're going to need one of those.
It's PG6, Papa George.
Tango Golf 6.
Oh, Tango Golf 6. Okay.
So right there, we're at $606.
What is that? What is that?
That's the guide that goes in the bottom of the router.
Oh, okay. Then we'll need to buy a router. The router I have doesn't. This stuff doesn't fit the router I have.
So you need a 1/2-inch diameter bit. That 45 RB8 is 1/2-inch diameter. So what you use is what you use. The 45 TG6 is the guide that goes in the bottom of a router. No matter what, you don't need that guide, but you need one that's got a 5/8 OD.
Yeah, that 5/8 rides on inside that template, gives you your straight lines and whatnot, right?
Correct. Then, once you've made that investment and all that stuff, then you swap out your FB4 for other router templates for different flush bolts that you may encounter. That FB4 is, the problem is this, that flush bolt is the wrong flush bolt for the application. It should not have been ordered.
Okay, why is that?
Because lever extension flush bolts are intended for hollow metal doors where you don't have to be a door drilling ninja to not breach through the door and ruin it. You need the corner style flush bolt.
And corner style, these are like 8-foot tall doors. Nobody can reach them.
So that does not disqualify what I'm saying. You need one that's got an automatic at the top and then a manual at the bottom.
What's that mean? I'm a Nimrod at this, so you have to.
Oh.
I'm looking for education also.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were the guy doing the routing.
I am the guy doing the routing. So that's how scary this is going to be.
Okay. So they make corner style flush bolts that you would not have to drill a hole with zero prior experience, something that runs an absolute risk of damaging the door. However, obviously, you're going to start practicing on call doors first. You're going to practice this before you go to the real door. So having said that, you've developed proficiency. Now they make flush bolts that are meant for wood doors. The IDH's that lever extension is for steel doors. Now people put them in wood doors, and you can do it, and that's why the long drill bits and the templates, they all exist. But it's not the best choice. If you were demonstrating proficiency of the subject matter on a test, you would get points off if you specified one of those that lever extension flush bolt on a wood door. You want the corner style that you could use a hammer and chisel. You could, because that's the proper flush bolt to use. The fact that it's 8-foot, 9-foot, 10-foot, whatever height, they make them that are automatic at the top, so there's a spring-loaded trigger. Every time you close the inactive door and then close the active, that is the time that top will bolt because the spring-loaded trigger gets pushed in. The bottom is manual because we may not be able to reach to 8-foot, but we can sure get down to the floor level.
Yeah, these doors that were replaced, most of them don't have a bottom. They just got the top one. So you're saying there's some kind of mechanism that goes in there and it works at the top and it's activated by the adjoining door. Is that what you're saying? That
is part of what I've said. Yes, sir. Now, having said that, someone's made an investment in the tool already, so you might just want to move forward. The issue is, in order to actually do this, as you've discovered, what do you want me to do now? Now, you could get out your hammer and chisel, but that's not how I would do it. That's Hackmaster. But you could do it. It's a 6 and 3. You just get your template for that flush bolt that you bought or someone bought, and there you go. It's 2 steps plus the hole and then the prep.
Yeah, we don't have a template.
No,
we just got this. Yeah, we just got this corner thing that you sent us. This,
What's the real problem that you have? How long is your bell hangers bit?
pardon me? How long is there what?
How long is the bit that you're using to drill that hole in that template that was picked up Friday?
Well, right off the bat, let me give you, okay, I'm the knucklehead that's going to do this. However, I do have machining experience. So whenever they brought me this 33FB9, and then I'm reading your directions and I see the long twist drill that you have, and then I saw the drill that they provided me, it's like, okay, this doesn't work. Because this is just a Home Depot long drill bit that has a 1/2-inch twist shank for 5 inches, and then it goes to a 3/8 shank. And as soon as I showed it to the owner, I said, this doesn't work, because once you get past the shank of the drill, then you get into the smaller shaft, it wobbles. So it's not going to work. And then I showed him that the full length twist will still work in the guide. So I do have a little bit of knowledge, but as far as this door.
How long is that bit?
Oh, this one here is 18 inches overall length. But it's not going to work with it's not going to work with this thing anyway, because once I get past the twist of the drill, the shank narrows down, and then it'll wobble all over everywhere.
But I wouldn't use that bit. It would be solid 1/2 inch. But that, even if you got the proper bit that was 18 inch, it's still too short for an 8-foot tall door. Can you that flush bolt you have has a rod that will allow you to get to 12-inch top of door to the center line. So 2 things. You need a bit that's probably not less than, if you were going to try to get to 24-inch so that it was at a decent height, although 18 is not unheard of, but when I'm 5'8", let's say, and I reach up with my hand to the tip of my fingers, it's 84-inch. So
yeah,
you can still see that you're going to need 18-inch install dimension, which means you're going to have a 24-inch bit for sure. Then number 2, no big deal, but you're going to need 1/4-20 threaded rod, because all those rods are too short.
Okay. So right now, what I have in front of me, I got the old doors here. And the old door is 8 feet. And then the actuator that I took out of it right now, to the center, like to where the mechanism flips over, it's like 22¼ inches down from the top.
Yeah, that'd be a decent install height. If somebody of average height will reach it.
Yeah, I'm the same height as you. I'm 5'7", and I can reach up here and get that.
I was lying at 5'8". I think I was 5'8" when I was 16. I know I've shrunk. Right?
Yeah.
My license says 5'8" and 5/8. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 decades ago, I was that tall.
Well, right now my weight is good. It's just that my height is short.
Is that the problem? I've never heard anyone say that. I love that. With your permission, I'm going to use that. It's not my weight, it's the height that's not plumb. I love that.
That's correct. Yeah, so I'm vertically challenged. Can I get a handicap card?
Yeah.
I'm on a handicap placard because I'm vertically challenged.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, it gets a laugh out of everybody.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, where would I find this exterior? Like do you have a website